So I noticed a news bulletin today on Facebook from STV about the ongoing investigation by the Competition and Markets Authority into the costs of vet bills and costs of meds and treatments, etc. And the recent disclosure, I think, which has prompted the STV news, that local independent vets practices have been pressurised by national and international businesses, faceless corporations, to not disclose costs to customers so they can obviously benefit massively and massive profits. And I just wanted to do this video just to make people aware about Barberras, and one of the fundamental reasons I set up Barberras was to help people with costs, because I had Barbara, who's the inspiration for Barberras, if you follow me and looked at my website, on trazodone for his anxiety for over a year, and it cost me about £48 a month for these tablets. This is a lot of money, £50 a month. And most of the time I got it back from my insurance, but my insurance is now double because of the age of Barbara, so that's pointless as well. But I thought he had huge side effects. He became completely used to them, and in the end it didn't sedate him at all. And I didn't like sedating him, but his anxiety was through the roof and it was going to kill him. He was going to have a heart attack or a mental health breakdown. But Barberras' idea came because I was sick of him being ill with it. I was sick of the fact that we weren't working. And being a lurcher to Lukey, he's going to be prone, he's going to get arthritis in his hips because he runs a lot. And he also gets sprains and bruises from running a lot and twisted toes. So he gets inflammation. And whilst I was investigating what supplements to sell for Barberras and look into this, I realised as well that any dog that's reactive, stress, because with reaction they get stressed. And with stress comes inflammation. Just like humans, dogs do get inflammation when under stress. So the more stress they're under, the more inflammation they're going to get. And the more inflammation they're going to get, the more stress they're going to get, because the inflammation then causes pain. And a wounded animal is a dangerous animal. It's either going to cower in fear or it's going to come out fighting. And if you've got a reactive animal, such as a reactive dog, then you're going to have that issue. And I started to investigate the natural solution of hemp oil, and did put Barbara on hemp oil, and it worked. But sadly, I had to withdraw hemp oil from Barberras. I withdrew hemp oil from Barberras because of pressure from high street banks, payment providers such as PayPal, banks not wanting to work with businesses that sell hemp oil or CBD oil. I'm not going to get into the whereabouts of that. Do your research on Google, you'll figure it out soon enough if you fancy deep diving into that. But to be able to operate properly as a business without having ridiculous burning hoops of fire to jump through, I withdrew all hemp and CBD products. And alternatives are now, for inflammation, green-lit muscle powder. We call it Barberras Mobility Improver. Barbara takes it as a prophylactic to arthritis, which you'll get as a breed of dog, as I mentioned earlier. But also because of the fact that it keeps inflammation created by stress to a minimum. And if we can, when we keep his inflammation to a minimum, which is the inflammation triggered by the stress he has when he sees a point that he needs to react to, such as another dog in his case, or a motorbike, it means that we can train him better than we could train him when he had uncontrolled inflammation and stress and reactivity, because you just couldn't. You had to just muzzle him and walk and just hope. He didn't hurt himself, he didn't hurt us. But now we've got that under control. So just bear that in mind when you're thinking about the ongoing investigation, the new stories about costs. You can buy 90 capsules, that's maximum of 2 a day, for $19.99 currently, because we are changing our labelling and our colouring, etc. We are selling those bottles for $14.99. 90 capsules, that's 45 days. what you're going to then get is 2.5 months at less than a tenner a month, and at the moment it's going to be less than £7 a month. If you think how much it would cost you to buy an anti-inflammatory for your dog, or something to calm their stress, it's going to cost you between £30 and £50. Added bonus is Barberras Mobility Improver comes with no side effects such as pharmaceutical-based medicines do. All my customers, every single one of those customers, including myself, I've got to tell you, were sceptical and then gave their pets and themselves, because a lot of human customers are taking it as well for arthritis. They took it and they could not believe how much it improved their mobility, how much it's helped with the stress in their animals. So bear in mind when you are making decisions about your pet that vets are good, and so is NHS. But they are not and shouldn't be the first port of call when you are looking to help your animals, particularly when it comes to medicines, because you think you're putting chemicals into your pet's body. Now, if you're happy to pump chemicals into your body, and they're exact same chemicals you're going to put into your pet, such as you take hay fever tablets and you're going to give your pet hay fever tablets, you take ibuprofen, anti-inflammatories, maybe Zapain, and you're happy to give that to your pet, then by all means, you do that and you're not going to be the customer for us. But if you really struggle to see the benefit of pumping your pet through chemicals and you're fed up with the cost of it, then Barberras Botanicals is going to be where you need to be looking at. It works for my Barbara. He is coming up to 7. He's getting on a bit now. He's not really old, but he's getting on a bit. And before taking this, he struggled for big running, so he would be struggling after 10 minutes. But now he can do a full half an hour of runs, and it doesn't bother him at all. And his reactivity is still there, but it's going to take a while to train the reactivity out of him because it was created in his younger days before I rescued him because he's adopted. But it's getting better, and people around the village where I live all comment how much he's getting better because we've lived here for 3 years. So they've seen what he was like when he first moved here before we started taking an anti-inflammatory, and where he is now. So if you are interested, come and see Barberras at www.barberrasbotanicals.com. You can ultimately also visit my Instagram page at Barberras Botanicals